racing day, so loud out here I can't hear a thing. Man, the fans are going wild. And these drivers came to rock, and no place else but Fox knows how to do it NASCAR style.
Buggity, buggity, buggity! Let's go racing, boys!
Hey now, here we go, race day. Don't you be going slow. Keep that pedal down on the floor. Push it till the crowd can't take no more. Then hey, since the flag came down, be here to the last lap around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways. Hey, since the flag came down, be here to the last lap around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways.
Welcome to Texas Motor Speedway here in Fort Worth, Texas on this sunny afternoon as we get set for the next race in the NR2003 Championship Series.
As the drivers are already in their cars, let's get down to the approval for your starting lineup for today's event here in Texas.
Go ahead and give you our starting lineup for today's race. Austin Dillon on the pole. Strong qualifying effort by that RCR team. Seems to be pretty good when we come to these tracks. We'll see if he's able to hold on to that spot. And alongside him, another driver who really likes this track, Truex Jr. Still looking for his first win for Toyota. We'll see if he can get it done today.
We have there in row 2 the fourth Kevin Harvick after a photo finish at Phoenix. And you have there Brian Vickers, probably the highest he's ever qualified in years. Interesting to see how today's going to perform for him.
Here in row number 3, we have Joey Logano, last week's winner in the rain-shortened race in Martinsville, locked himself into the playoffs, and the previous winner, Jimmie Johnson, starting 6th place, who won an Auto Cup a couple weeks ago.
Then behind them, we have the Kyle and Kyle show, two drivers who are usually pretty good at these worn-out intermediates. Kyle Larson on the inside lane, and to his outside, Kyle Busch.
Then you have there the Daytona 500 champion, who's also running extremely consistent so far this season in 9th, and Denny Hamlin in the 11th car. Now, let's get ready for today's starting command for the Duck Commander 500.
Drivers, start your engines!
Fired up.
The 3 of Austin Dillon wins his first pole on the season. I am honestly shocked he qualified this well at Texas of all places. Anything you'd like to say before we go green, Jake and Pam?
Austin Dillon's got a lot of experience at this track from the lower series, especially from the last couple seasons as well. Usually tends to run pretty well here. And on his outside, Truex Jr. Still looking for that first Texas win. Still looking for the first Toyota win. This has been a good track to him. I think he can get it done today if he stays up front.
He has won at Texas in season 2. An amazing finish between him, Kurt, and Kyle.
Oh, my mistake.
No, you're
Marty
fine.
Reed moment.
You're good. All right. Anyways, the field is getting ready to hit that throttle and just go all out for these 84 laps here at Texas. Green flag is out. We are racing in Texas.
Austin Dillon with a great jump, going to clear 78 of Truex. Truex able to jump down in line. Leads us off of turn 2 to the back straightaway. First few rows single filed out.
Oh, bang.
See 3 wide in the back. Remain just about in the wall. Johnson changing lanes as see Brian Vickers qualified up front, but he is quickly slipping back through the field. 3 wide on the outside. Newman.
Holy crap.
Kenseth in the grass there.
Oh my God!
All four Gibbs cars. Turned hard into the outside wall. Newman's gonna get collected with nowhere to go. They're gonna stay up on the outside though. Nobody else involved. We race back to the caution. Truex all over the back of Austin Dillon. I don't think he'll quite get under those. We have a hard crash in turns 1 and 2.
Truex to the bottom. Oh, got loose. Harvick gets second. Well, what an interesting way to start off this race. Brian Vickers and Ryan Newman they're deceased. It is over for them already. Brian Vickers puts up his best qualifying efforts ever. Oh, he just murdered that cone. Is he okay?
I don't know. That car doesn't seem to be driving well after clobbering the wall. That has got to be a heartbreaker, not just for Brian Vickers, but for that 14 team as well. You know, with the guy who normally drives that car, Tony Stewart, out for a while. They really needed to have something to build on. Brian Vickers just kind of hopping in this car, having to do this at short notice, and it seemed like today could be a really good day for him, but you know, you got to wonder, we'll have to take a look back at the replay, but that 14 car was pretty off once they started. You know, you got to think maybe they had a tire problem, like a lug nut wasn't on all the way, and it was causing a vibration. I'm not really sure, but that 14 car was pretty slow and off the pace from the drop of the green.
Yeah, let's look and see what happened to Brian Vickers here.
Going into turn 3, you can see he gets wide, especially on exit. Just seems like he's not turning all that well. Kyle Busch was, I think, caught off guard by how much he checked up on the exit. And you got to think maybe that cut a tire down because he was just really slow on the racing line. Almirola, I don't think expected him to be that slow and for him to catch him in the dog leg. And then, of course, you know, Ryan Newman was stuck through wide on the outside, nowhere to go there.
I actually want to go on board with the 43 and see his point of view of what happened there. So Brian Vickers checks up over 4. He has lost some momentum, then stuffs the wall a teeny bit.
Yeah, you can see he checks up as they enter into that third dogleg, and I don't think Almirola was expecting that.
Yeah, 31 to Ryan Newman. 14th in points right now. Only about 30 points above the cutoff. I know we're still pretty early into the season, but every point matters, especially when we get closer and closer to that cutoff before we head to the playoffs. So Newman gonna end his day possibly on lap number 3. But
I saw him on pit road working on it, so they clearly aren't giving up yet. Brian Vickers also left pit road before the pace car got there, so I think Newman's still in the race. Definitely not even going to have a chance to get a top 10 without his car, though. Ryan Newman, Brian Vickers, big troubles here already in the race. Austin Dillon has led all these laps so far. I know the caution's been pretty much helping him out with getting those bonus points. Truex Jr. there, I don't know what happened to him off of 4. It looked like he got extremely loose and lost a ton of momentum. Earnhardt Jr. already making a ton of spots up. Jimmie Johnson, funny enough, fell back a ton. Anything you'd like to add before they double up and take the green flag here?
We saw Truex get really loose down the front straightaway. Something to note about Texas is, you know, aside from Atlanta, this is a very worn out surface, maybe the most worn out surface, second to Atlanta. And we know that front straightaway, and Auto Club, but we know the front straightaway here, especially with how much banking there is, how fast they're going. It's really slick, so, you know, as hot of a day as it is outside right now, you got to wonder if the front straightaway is a little bit slick for these guys. Going to have to watch out for that as the race continues.
Yeah, this has actually been one of the hottest races we've ever had here in years. Funny enough, it could have been a night race if the rain was mean once again 2 weeks in a row, but thankfully it wasn't. Green flag is out once again. Harvick gets the jump over Dillon. Big one, in fact. He's going to get him, and no, he didn't. Austin Dillon's still there.
He's going to side draft him back, but Harvick did a great job getting the jump on Austin Dillon. But I think Dillon's not quite going to clear him. Harvick powers off the corner with the run. As you see, there's the Penske teammates looking to the outside of Martin Truex Jr., followed up by Johnson moving back in. Oh, Austin Dillon's off the bottom. He's going to wash up, and that's going to give Kevin Harvick everything he needs to clear him off of turn 4. Harvick out front.
First lead change of the race. Martin Truex Jr. looks extremely loose right now. Logano to the inside. Dillon running a little bit higher than Harvick there. Harvick going to get tied off the exit. Kurt and Kyle Busch, they're making contact off of turn 2. Well, that was a little scuffy there. Kasey Kahne to the inside. Great run for him so far. Look at how high Truex is running that third lane there. 3 and 4. Logano now getting up to third place.
I think that 78 is just not handling all that well right now. He's looking for every bit of grip he can get. He's going to, barely makes it. Going to fire it back up the inside of Joey Logano, but I think Logano's going to hold that spot.
No, he isn't.
Off of turn 2. No, they're side by side. Oh, man, Keselowski, big blocks on Jimmie Johnson there.
Johnson's not going to like that at all. Dillon Jr. there running the third lane. Johnson nearly just turned him. Logano to the outside of Truex. Harvick loves everything he's seeing right now. Austin Dillon getting smaller and smaller. That mirror. Jimmie Johnson is definitely not happy with that 2 car on the radio, especially checking out too.
After a near miss for just about all 4 Gibbs cars, you see them all knocking on the door of the top 10 or inside the top 10. If we have all 4 battling for, I think, what is this, 8th place here?
Yep. 3 wide right behind them with Kurt Larson and Kasey Kahne. Kurt Busch is also your points leader heading into today.
Yeah, what a great job by Stuart Haas. We've seen some great runs from Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch this season. Kurt
Danica
with
Patrick.
the win, Harvick with the win. Yeah, Patrick's been pretty good. Seems like they're taking a step in the right direction here. You know, Harvick looked pretty strong towards the end of last season, made that Final 4. Came up just short, but, you know, it seems like they really built off of what they had going last season, running pretty well to start the year.
And, oh, whoa, okay, I thought Kasey Kahne put Matt Kenseth in the wall there on the front stretch. One thing I'd like to note, I honestly thought Junior was going to have a step back. You know, once you win the 500, you just are not the same throughout the rest of the season, like Paul Menard, or Gordon's the only exception. Funny enough, Junior wins the Daytona 500, and he has been flying so far at the start of the season. Definitely looks like he's trying to get that redemption after last season to the inside of the tree. Oh, he got loose! Same thing like Pem said, the front stretch just slick as hell.
Chevrolet's been off to a really great start this season. You look at the top 10, I think they've got half of those positions. I mean, you've got a couple of Fords with Keselowski and Logano, 2 Toyotas in there, but you've got all 4 Hendrick drivers, including Kasey Kahne, which is a bit of a surprise, as well as half of the Stuart Haas field. So Chevy getting off to a great start this season. And you talked about Dale Earnhardt Jr. You know, he's obviously going to be looking for redemption, running real good right now, 5th place. 3rd in points that got that win. So I think for a lot of these guys that are already locked in with that win, I know it's really early in the season, but Texas is a track we're going to come back to. I hate having to talk about, as you see Denny Hamlin powering up on the back of Dale Jr. He'll look to the inside, heading for turn 1. Can't quite hold it there, but it seemed, you know, I almost hate having to talk about this because it's so early in the season, but this is a track we're going to come back to in the round of 8 later this season. So it's interesting to see who has pace here. And it's no surprise if you look at the guys up front, save for Austin Dillon and that great run they're having, just about everybody in the top 10 was a serious round of 8 and possible championship 4 contender last season. So, you know, it's 3 wide. Johnson in between the Gibbs cars. Kyle Busch going to have to back out of that move, but I know I'm kind of rambling on here, but it's interesting to see a lot of the teams, you know, no one's really taken a step back. The same guys who were fast last season are up front this season, so it's going to be interesting to see who's able to kind of break into that category with the Penske, Gibbs, Haas, and Hendrick cars, aside from Martin Truex.
Hey, Jake, anything you'd like to talk about here? 17 of 84 completed here.
I think he's still deceased.
I'm wondering what I heard of that falling sound in the booth. Carl Edwards out of the inside. One thing I like to mention, Kasey Kahne always gets, you know, shafted for being the 4th man at Hendrick, but this season he's been pretty fast. Not as good as, you know, Junior, Elliott, and Johnson, but I mean he's running way better than Elliott. I honestly thought Elliott would be way faster because of how close he was to winning Atlanta. Worn out surface. Kasey Kahne though in 11th, trying to get that top 10 away from Keselowski, the outsider. He got a big run.
Now, on the topic of Texas versus Atlanta, these are 2 different tracks. Texas just, I know it's slightly less worn out, but it is a much faster racetrack. And for a rookie, you know, it's got to be something he's really having to struggle with here. All the difference. Oh man, it's Kyle Busch almost hit the wall there. And we see Dale Jr. got around Martin Truex Jr. for 4th place. Or 5th place, actually, because Hamlin got around both of those 2, and he's about to get 3rd from Logano.
I think he can if he gets turn 3 down quite a bit. Oh, he's loose. Man, that outside in 3 and 4 is so strong. Austin Dillon's doing a fantastic race right now. This might sound a little mean. He has not been this fast since season 1 Chicagoland. I am shocked he could get that win here.
For the last several seasons, we've seen, particularly at the
end.
Oh man, he got Logano loose there, all over his back bumper, almost hit him. But we've seen several times in this series drivers qualify up front. You know, great qualifying efforts from where they usually run. And, Logano kind of blocks Hamlin off on corner exit. Denny's still going to get there, though. But we've seen many times in this series before drivers qualify pretty far above where they usually run and then just kind of fall back through the field. But you know, he lost the lead, but Austin Dillon is very stout at this point in the run.
Hey, Jake 24, anything you like to say? I think he gained his conscience back.
Well, you know, I've been watching the 88 Earnhardt Jr., how great of a season he's been having. I've been looking at the point standings. 6 of the top 10 drivers in the points right now are Chevrolets. 2 of them are first and second, which are the Stewart-Haas racing cars of Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick. But the rest of the top 10 is the rest of the top 10 is all 400 cars of Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in 3rd, Jimmie Johnson 5th, Chase Elliott 8th, and Kasey Kahne in 10th. So it just shows how good Hendrick is doing as an organization and Stewart-Haas with their dominance early. And speaking of which, Kevin Harvick has a humongous lead over Austin Dillon, who's still putting on a good fight in this race against Denny Hamlin and other drivers. I think Hamlin's definitely going to
reel him in, though. Oh, Brian Vickers went a lap down again.
I think the biggest surprise, and if we have a minute here as the field's getting a little bit strung out, I'd like to go take a look if we can find him here. The only driver I'd say in the top 16 that we haven't seen in this position before is the rookie Ryan Blaney. 14th in points, having a pretty solid year, all things considered. He's got a little bit of ground to make up today, but as we're seeing with Chase Elliott, this race is not very kind to rookies. But pretty good run all around. We'll see what he's able to put together as the day goes on. But strong run for the Wood brothers.
Great run for them, honestly. Yeah, as stated, you know, Stewart-Haas, major improvements there. I'd actually love to see how Stewart would have been if that wasn't for that sprint car, Eric. I mean, if you have Danica Patrick in the conversation for a chase spot, you know your organization's growing. Edwards to the inside of Vickers, man. Vickers free. Caution! I saw that. Caution's out. Oh my God.
Oh, and it is Trevor Bayne.
Wait, is he? Oh my God, Cole. Dude, he is.
Get off the track.
Why is he? Is he going to get off the track?
There we go.
Okay, thank you. Why did it take him that long?
Well, that sent Johnson Jr. wide. He's going to lose spots.
We have David Reagan down pit road as well. Don't know what happened to him. He might have been involved in that accident.
Oh my God.
We're going to take a look at that in a second, but that was scary. It was a little scary.
I don't know about that one, Trevor Bay. That was a little dumb.
Brought in Scott with damage.
Yeah, a lot of lower teams are struggling with turn 2. I've seen a lot of paint chipping away there at turn 2. Denny Hamlin definitely looked like he was the fastest car in the top 3 and was reeling in the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Interesting to see how this pit stop will play out. But would you like to get a replay of that wreck before we see what happens on pit road?
No. Let's take a look at the pits. We're right here. We'll take a look at a replay afterward. Kevin Harvick on pit road. It's a high tire wear track, so this is going to be a good opportunity for a reset.
Are there already?
We'll see.
Why are there some people already on pit road?
I'm not sure. I think a lot of the lappers, for some reason, hit pit road. This is going to make things a little bit more complicated than you might expect.
What is Chris Buescher doing?
Phasing through Kevin Harvick into the box. Austin Dillon's got to go all the way to the first box. We'll see who's able to get through all this traffic.
And one driver I would talk about here, looking through your top 20 here. Yeah, you see Trevor Bayne definitely out of the race. That's the second DNF so far. He's going to join Ryan Newman.
Is he going to? Yeah, Hamlin's going to win the race. Oh, Austin Dillon! I don't know who got it, Hamlin or Dillon.
I think
Carl Edwards up to 4th. And I think Denny got it. Sorry to interrupt you there, but Denny Hamlin's going to go. Hamlin's driven, I think, from outside the top 10 to the race lead.
He was
okay, well, 10th to first in about 26 laps. Had some help from his pit crew. We know that 11 team is fast, but great effort so far from Denny Hamlin.
Speaking of Hamlin, he hasn't won here since 2010, right?
I believe so.
Fat minute since he's visited.
I'm not a good arbiter of stats here, as I already forgot that Truex, I think, had a win here. So, unfortunate.
Let's look and see
this replay.
Yeah, let's look and see what happened to Bayne here. Trevor Bayne is running in 31st in a Roush family car. I mean, okay, so he sends it up high in 1 and 2. Then we see him.
Oh wow! Reagan. Oh, it's off the 2. I think the hot temperatures, slick racetrack, it's really causing guys to push tight off that corner, and
crap.
I don't think these teams can go any tighter because we've seen them being, kind of loose in 3 and 4. So it seems like if they loosen the car up anymore, they'll be even worse on this end. So guys are kind of having to battle tight off turn 2, loose off turn 4 condition here today.
Welcome back to Texas for the Duck Commander 500 race 7 of 36. Denny Hamlin now in the lead. That's another lead change for this race. Austin Dillon still holding on in second. Harvick loses 2 spots down to third. Edwards, I don't know where he was heading into the pits, but he gains a ton of spots. Truex and Kyle Busch lost a ton. Obviously, both of them outside the top 10. Danica Patrick, David Gillen? Well, that's Landon Castle, my bad. I forgot he retired.
Seems like there was some shenanigans on pit road.
Didn't this guy kill the entire field of Phoenix too, Pem?
I believe so.
Yep. Kyle Larson actually not running the pit road. Yeah, Kurt Busch loses a ton of spots. It's really all I would like to say before we hit the restart box as they get ready to double up here. Definitely a very interesting race so far, though.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick was dominating early. We'll see how he is in the pack now. Currently starting second in the inside lane. We'll see how that goes. Austin Dillon still starting on the front row.
He's gonna have the
so we'll see how that goes.
Outside lane is usually pretty fast.
Harvick, I suppose, because of the pit stops, but still not going to be back in the lead.
Earnhardt Jr. there still having a great performance right there in the top 5, but Denny Hamlin all still going to lead us to the box. The outside always gets really good jumps. Let's see how he's going to perform this time. Oh my, he's going to get him before they even get to the line.
Wow.
Austin Dillon to the front here. Dude, he might honestly be my pick. Hamlin was flying there in the long run, so if we get another long run, Denny Hamlin will be right there as Edwards is to his outside. There's 3 wide there in the back. Some drivers are losing a ton of pace there, 1 and 2. Edwards now looking for second. Oh, no, he didn't stick for him on the outside. Edwards just full centered there trying to clear Penske teammates. Jesus, dude, I thought they were going to kill themselves already. Oh, boy. Big blocks already. Kasey Kahne.
Yeah, Kasey Kahne making his presence known in the quick and lows number 5. Joey Logano, last week's winner, he's trying to get around Kasey Kahne the outside. They're 3 wide back there, but it looks like they'll sort themselves out. Or maybe not.
Blaney's back with Kurt Busch is back here.
Hey,
really falling off since the start of the race.
Speaking of, oh my God, he nearly turned
man, that got real tight off that corner.
Must have been the pit stop because he is not slow at all. It's Truex 3 wide in the middle. I'm be honest, 1 and 2. Whenever I see them 3 wide, they always like to duel each other. Oh boy! Oh, speaking of, holy crap!
32 gets turned by Blaney. He's gonna hit the wall.
Right in front of the field. Oh my God! Oh my! He's up and over.
Michael Annett's in it. I saw up there.
Menard.
Ryan Scott's in it. Menard's in it.
6-7 cars at least were involved in that one.
That's a ton of DNFs already. David Reagan's out of the never.
Oh
whoa,
my
what
goodness,
dude! If it wasn't for the ghosting there, what is he doing?
The moonwalk.
I didn't know Michael Jackson was still alive. Oh,
there's Brian Griffin.
Are they gonna pit again? They're pretty low on the race. Okay, no, they're not. I thought they're going to pit again. Well, Jeffrey Earnhardt goes up and over here at Texas. A lot of stupidity at its finest. Let's look and see what happened to him there. I don't know how Jeffrey Earnhardt did this, but so he gets clipped by Ryan Blaney, slams into the inside wall, back across track. Chris Buescher gets involved as an innocent bystander. Then
Buescher, I don't think Buescher expected him to shoot back across the track. You got to wonder if maybe the steering broke on the 32, because when he came back across the track, he was like a cruise missile.
Look at Reagan here. Just honestly looked like he wanted to kill Josh Wise, and then the game just said nope. Then he
got abducted by Michael Jackson's ghost.
On board with Jeffrey Earnhardt here. Yeah, as stated here, turn 2, they always get extremely tight here. And Blaney hooked him there, you see in the rear view, although it's blocked by the car. Buescher nowhere to go. And let's go to the spectator cam.
Clint Boyer clearly avoided that, but I'm pretty sure he rode the wall the entire way through 3 and 4.
Yeah, he did.
Just about. So that's not going to be great for the 15.
He's been running well all season, so I think he pitted to repair the damage, although it looks fine. Yeah, that 15 car, I am shocked he actually was in contention for the chase spot. He's starting to fall back now. But Austin Dillon now in the lead. Denny Hamlin there in second. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. Still got quite a lot of this race left. Well before halfway. Got a lot of racing left. Austin Dillon leads the field, so Joe Gibbs drivers right in behind him. So we get set to go green flag racing once again.
Oh.
We've had a couple of quick cautions, quick pile-ups here. See if we can't get some more green flag action in.
Wait.
As you saw,
Is
there
it
was
really-
29. Good.
Okay, so Brian Vickers still in the race. We seriously lost that many cars. Like, we lost 7 cars in that one wreck.
Wow.
Cole Witt,
It was a big
Wise,
one.
Scott, Buescher, Earnhardt, Paul Menard, and Michael Annett out of the race. So that leaves us with only 31 cars left in this race. And Austin Dillon probably putting on one of the best performances he's ever had in this series and in his career in the Cup Series. Earnhardt Jr. went from 5th to 4th. Johnson starting to gain up there. Harvick starting to lose a ton of spots. Truex Jr. they're still trying to struggle getting back in the top 10. Biffle not running as well as I honestly thought, but, you know, Biffle, he's getting a little pretty old now. Here we go back in the restart box. Will Hamlin get the jump? Yes, he will. Not as big as Dillon's, though.
The outside is saved for the start of the race. Just gets great launches.
Side by side in a 1. Hamlin's going to try pitching him there, try to get that run off the 2.
Not quite clear.
Oh, boy. Dude, the field is so small now. Carl Edwards going to
You got
push Dillon into
Carl,
3.
I was going to say, Edwards is all over. He might take it 3 here. If
Never
Dillon
mind,
gets too
Dillon
wide
sitting in
with
deep,
Hamlin.
trying to challenge Hamlin there on the outside. Hamlin's going to get the lead back from the 3. Harvick there in the 4th place. I honestly thought, okay, yeah.
I don't think Hamlin's quite clear yet. Dillon's still there. He's going to fire it off in there.
Hamlin's trying to challenge him on the outside.
Yes, he's going to turn his teammate hard into the inside wall for Denny Hamlin. He'll lock the brakes down. Nobody's going to hit him. But damage to the front end of the 11 car. Turned around by his teammate, Carl Edwards.
Man.
Race back to the line. I think Austin
Junior.
Dillon's going to have it. Yeah, Carl Edwards lost a lot of spots in that.
Dude, down to 8th.
A terrible break for Joe Gibbs Racing and Denny Hamlin. They did so much work to race up from 10th place to get the lead, get their track position, but that restart went just about as poorly as it could have.
Denny Hamlin only 18 points above the cutoff line during today's race. As I said earlier, it's still early, but every point matters. You never know
They're pinning
when
again.
that 1 point.
Oh.
Wow.
Junior stays
split
out
decision.
with Johnson.
Well, it makes sense they're pitting. This track has a ton of tire wear, and I think they were going to be kind of close to the window of 60-odd laps on gas, but now the guys who pitted definitely will be able to make it. I imagine the guys who are staying out will be able to make it too, but I don't know.
Older tires.
Well, yeah, older tires, they might blow a tire.
That actually is a lot of people that stayed out. Oh, boy. Well, let's look and see what a gut punch that is to the 11 car. Let's go on board with him here. So Austin Dillon fires it in there, trying to take the 11's line away. Carl Edwards just clips him.
Yeah, I think what happened here is that Edwards, I don't think, expected Hamlin to get tight. I think Hamlin tried to stay on the outside of Dillon, couldn't do it, had to bail out of the gas when he saw Dillon was going to shut the door. And when that happened, he checked up so much, Carl Edwards just got in the back of him. I don't really think it was on purpose. I just think Carl Edwards wasn't expecting. Well, yeah, obviously wasn't trying to do it on purpose, but I don't think Edwards meant to get that close to Hamlin. I think he thought he was just going to slide in behind him and didn't expect Denny Hamlin to check up.
Yeah, let's go on board with Hamlin here and see that vicious hit in the inside wall. See that? Yeah, just got
Right
tight.
there,
And he hit the safety barrier.
damage.
That is not that much damage as I normally would think somebody would have. And funny enough, they actually only have a bit of safer barrier in the inside wall, as you can see concrete everywhere else. So Hamlin got a little lucky by hitting the safer barrier, because that would have been really bad if he hit the concrete barrier. So yeah, a little close for him there. Austin Dillon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. first and second. Well, no, my bad. Dillon pitted. 10 cars have stayed out here at Texas. 11th on down have pitted. We have still 31 cars left in the race. Hamlin is actually 23rd after that accident. Looks fine. He might not be out of this unless there's, like, you know, they might look good on the outside, but I don't know if he's good on the inside. So that could be another issue with him. Anyway,
we have 30 cars in the lead lap. We will be halfway this time by. It's been an interesting race so far, but yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot go on lately.
Yeah, way more chaotic than last season's Dark Commander 500, because last season, you know, pretty calm, green flag pit stop, strategy race between Jimmie Johnson and Dale Jr. Funny enough, both of them are leading once again. Actually, that race, Hendrick Motorsports dominated the crap out of it. All 4 of their cars were in the top 5. Only car that broke them up was Ryan Newman, and sadly Newman's out of the race. Newman was actually close to winning that race too, by the way, but just sadly all fell apart right there at the end. Dillon Jr., Jimmie Johnson, hopefully things will continue to play out well for them today. Truex Jr. Kasey Kahne right behind him, getting ready for the green flag to fly. The bottom lane gets the jump this time. Truex is right there on the back bumper. Dude, Vickers and whoever the heck is there in the back just do not get going on these starts. AJ Allmendinger now in the top 5. Yeah, Junior cleared Jimmie Johnson there on the outside, the 3 wide there in the back. Kyle Busch in. Oh my God!
Clip wire! Rolls in it again!
That's
Vickers!
Vickers piles in for good measure.
Junior leads. I think Truex just took second. Oh no, it was a dead heat between him and Johnson.
100th of a second about.
I'm looking at Austin Dillon into 10th place. He is the first guy on Freshies, I believe. Did Blaney? I don't think Blaney didn't pit, did he?
No, the entire top 10 stayed out, and Blaney lost only 1 spot. Casey Mears on up. Actually, we're not that far off the pace, but I think they're going to pit this time because, yeah, no, they're going to pit. They're on the white line. Wait, Dillon's pitting too?
Harvick's not.
I guess something's wrong with Dillon's car. Wait, okay. Something's fishy going on because everybody that pitted again except Harvick, Keselowski, Kenseth, Danica Patrick, and Matt Benedetto. Do you have any insight on what's going on, Pam?
I mean, maybe they were close to the fuel window, and this will guarantee them being into the fuel window. But that gamble of staying out is really going to pay off for
88,
48, 48, 78, 42. They're going to leapfrog quite a few drivers. As we see Carl Edwards already rolling off of pit road.
Yeah,
Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon. Okay, I think these guys came in and just topped off, so I take back what I said about the track position. They're going to have maybe a couple lap pressure tires, but buried in the field. As somebody's wrong on the 48, had trouble on one of the tires there, getting it on, and that's going to bury the 48 team. I know he's really good here in Texas, but he's got a lot of ground to make up.
No, he's won 3 races in a row here, so I wouldn't count him out yet, but definitely not looking bright for that 48 car. Austin Dillon right there. I think Matt Benedetto. I don't know what's going on with him. Let's go and see what happened there. Amarola charges up to the outside. Stenhouse fires into the bottom. It's Biffle that's in the middle of this. What a shame. So Boyer just comes up. It's just so goofy. Then Vickers just slams into Regan Smith. David Regan barely avoided it. Kudos to Regan for at least not being as retarded as Ryan Vickers.
I think Vickers is the only car out of the race after that one.
Yeah, I don't know if Vickers is going to race again because Ty Dillon is touted to be in the 14 car for Bristol. Yeah, Tony Stewart's not coming back yet. Jimmie Johnson, terrible pit stop there on pit road. We'll be right back here at Texas. I believe Matt Benedetto pitted there because the 3 of Austin Dillon is now in 5th. Matt Benedetto, Reagan, he's the lap car. Reagan has not gotten his lap back. I don't know why. I guess something's going on. Maybe he's so slow he can't even get the free pass. Because you guys noticed he is not going on the restarts. He and Brian Vickers, who's all out of the race, just don't go. I think these guys are terrified of Reagan stays on the lead lap, and as I stated,
top 10. This top 10's shaking up a little bit. I mean, we have the 4 of Kevin Harvick, who's up front, 3 of Austin Dillon. Carl Edwards,
17, the 10
yeah, I
of
mean,
Danica Patrick.
other than that, I mean, this whole top 10 is shuffled like a deck of cards. We're gonna see how this restart is.
How is Landon Castle so fast? I mean, he was running in the 30s, and now he's actually fighting for a top 10 at Texas. Maybe we were wrong, Penn. Maybe he should have been in that 38 after the stupidity that ensued at Phoenix. And funny enough, the guy, the driver that he told should learn how to wreck somebody is running in 4th place and actually fighting for a chase spot. This has been a really weird race. Interesting to see how it's going to play out after this. Heading into the starting zone. Harvick gets the jump once again. Keselowski is outside. Dillon with those fresher tires going to be flying here. Actually, no, he topped off. I forgot.
Harvick clear off of 2?
Yes, he is.
Oh, yep.
Oh, man, just barely in front of Keselowski. Seems like they're bump drafting down the back straightaway. Austin Dillon, I think, is the first driver on track. 3 wide. Keselowski powers through the middle. Kenseth. They're going to both clear. Harvick is now. Keselowski's going to clear Kenseth. Brad Keselowski out front.
Danica Patrick 3 wide in the middle. That's not a good move at all. 3 wide behind him.
Man, Edwards got sent wide. They're going to hold it together. Look at that. Denny Hamlin is back in the top 10 already, and he's all over the back of his teammate. I don't know if he's too happy with Carl Edwards.
I don't know about that. Edwards to the bottom. Danica Patrick. Oh, he got a little loose. Dude, what is this top 10, dude? This is insane. Brad Keselowski pulling away. Kyle Busch down 5th. And then here's a battery try. That's the first time he's running all season. Oh, Hamlin!
They're
3 wide. Truex sneaking it into the bottom. Is it going to make it?
3 wide.
Oh, contact! Edwards almost turned around like he turned Hamlin. Oh, man, jeez. There's some serious paint getting traded by these 3 Toyotas. They're going to be 3 wide again, still off of turn 4. Oh, Hamlin's
what a battle between these guys. Oh,
they are not giving up.
Oh, he's almost in the wall.
They are not giving up.
They are not giving each other an inch. Look at Kyle Busch running the 3rd lane. They're 3 wide off of 2. What is this race? Dude, what is this race, man? Danica Patrick holding out of the top 10. He goes Kyle Busch to the outside. He's going to get a huge run off of 3 and 4. The outside's so strong here. I don't know if
there you go. You see a huge run on Logano. Going to duck to the inside.
Doesn't get
loose. A little bit of a block by Joey. Not going to be enough, though.
Truex to the gets around to Danica Patrick there. Danica Patrick, I think, is just letting everybody go. He said the tires are extremely old, side by side of the 18 to the 22. Dillon Jr., Denny Hamlin getting the names up here. Oh my God. Oh, Logano, man, I don't know what to say. Honestly, dude, oh my God.
Another yellow's out. And they're wrecking again.
He wrecked down the entire back straightaway. You can see the tire marks. It looks like he's not moving. His day is done.
And the engine smoke already told us. Well, that was, dude. What a disappointment there, man. If we went green, dude, that would have been insane. See Kyle Busch, Truex, all of them getting up there. Well, Keselowski and Kenseth made contact there on the front stretch. You think Kenseth's a little unhappy with the 2 there?
I would be.
I would think he's not particularly pleased.
You think he'll get payback, though?
That's Matt Kenseth.
I don't think so. I think at a track like Texas, you just want to pass him and give him your dirty air.
Well, then again, with this package, there's not that much dirty air. So, let's look and see what happened to Reed Sorensen here. Okay, I'm just going to state, the leaders were going 204 into turn 1. These guys are going 190. They're off the pace, and I think Almirola just does not like. Oh!
Now that was, I think he hit right at the end of the safer barrier.
Good thing he did.
Yep, gets hooked by the 43. Oh! That was right. That was pretty dang close to a certain maybe injury there, because that was pretty close for Reed Sorensen. I think he's deceased. Who knows? Yeah, Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth made contact there when Keselowski took that daring 3 wide move. Matt Kenseth, I don't think he's too happy because he nearly hooked at Keselowski there under pacing. Reed Sorensen out of the race. We'll be right back here at Texas.
I think we have, differing tire strategies. I'm going to be honest, with the double pitting that occurred, I'm not exactly sure who's on freshies and who's not. I think everyone can make it, other than maybe Harvick and Kenseth, because I don't think either of those two pitted on the last 2 rounds
No,
of
they
pit
didn't.
stops. I'm
I don't think so.
not sure about Keselowski. I know Austin Dillon's good, but I'm not sure about Keselowski. And I know we keep beating a dead horse with Keselowski and Logano on the intermediates, but especially Keselowski. Keselowski won Atlanta earlier in the season. Not a surprise to see him up front once again today.
He's been, season 1 through 3, really out of character for Keselowski. Then season 4, he put it all back together and won 3 races. This season, 1 at Atlanta. Looks like he's going to get his second win of the season at Texas. And Matt Kenseth on his outside. Last time Kenseth won here was 2011 in typical Kenseth form by whipping the field. Austin Dillon there still has a chance to win this race. Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. really turned on the Jets there on that run. So those two are probably going to be my favorites going for the win if we go green the rest of the way and everything plays out in their favor. Let's get ready for that green flag to fly once again. Kenseth gets the jump this time. Everything else looks calm so far. Oh, we have 29 cars left in the race, dude. This is nuts.
Oh boy.
Johnson.
Keselowski's going to clear Kenseth now. Harvick up the inside with help from Logano. Austin Dillon way wide in third
too
group.
wide. He got the marbles
That's not going to work. Harvick had to check up, got loose with Logano on his bumper. That's going to allow Kenseth to clear for second. Now, I think Logano's going to try to go to the outside of Harvick heading to turn one.
Dillon to the bottom.
Austin Dillon just about got turned by Truex looking for that move up the inside of Harvick, but he's going to make it work.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Patrick in the wall in the back.
That sucks, man. Patrick was actually holding space there. Logano trying to make it to the outside there. Harvick and Austin Dillon side by side. He can Martin Truex Jr. out of nowhere. Oh, Kenseth down in that 2 car.
Yeah, that front 2 just broke away. You can see Kenseth is hungry for that lead. Brad Keselowski just in front. It's good. And you can see Kevin Harvick trying to make his presence known.
Oh, this might get ugly off turn on 2.
I don't know. Okay, no, we're good.
I thought Truex was going to check up and wasn't going to be able to clear Dillon there, and Logano might get into him. But man, Matt Kenseth, I thought on those old tires he'd be in trouble, but that 20 is flying right now, all over the back of Brad Keselowski looking for the race lead.
Dillon Jr. and Carl Edwards now 8th and 9th, 10th place, I believe. Yeah, Chase Elliott finally getting his name in the top 10 on a worn-out surface. Logano blocking the crap out of Austin Dillon, took his line away. Is it Jimmie Johnson? I don't know what happened to him, but he's faded to obscurity. Kyle Busch nearly just dumped the 47. Kasey Kahne also starting to fade. No, he's in 12th. My bad. I thought he was. He was Truex to the inside of Harvick. Oh, Logano's behind him. He got loose on the front stretch once again. Kyle Busch is also starting to make a name for himself. 24 to go here. Who's your favorites right now? Is it Keselowski actually starting to gap the 20?
I'm going right now with Martin Truex. I think that he gets his first win with Toyota today. They've been fast. They've pitted, so they've got the tire advantage. I think he keeps having to work for it. He keeps getting stuck back in traffic and having to claw his way through the field. Another driver I'm going to mention is it's taken him a while to kind of get to this position, but Chase Elliott slowly moving forward, looking for a top 10 today.
Hamlin's out in front of him. Hamlin's out of this thing, folks.
I've been keeping my eye on Joey Logano. Has a lot of momentum after winning last week in Martinsville. Quietly been in the top 10 all day. Just trying to he's just barely in the top 5. Who knows how this race will pan out, but I feel like that 22 car has a little luck after that rain short race in Martinsville. Might as well create your own luck this week in Texas as well.
Austin Dillon starting to fade away. I don't know if that first win's going to happen for him today. Dillon Jr. and Kyle Busch have been going neck and neck for this battle for 6th. Junior's trying to make it stick on that bottom lane, but Kyle Busch is holding so much momentum up there. I think Harvick has not pitted in a long time because he is really off the pace. I think the 22. Oh, Truex is there! Truex is right there.
He's using that higher lane, getting a little bit more air on the nose. A bit of a better arc off, too, and you can see the run that he gets off that corner.
Let's go on board with him. Yeah, a little lower than Kenseth there. Kenseth running a teeny bit higher. That's off of 4.
See gain a little bit there.
So we can see how he takes their turn one this time. He entered a little higher that time. Now he's going to enter right and Kenseth tire tracks. Oh, never mind. Way more. Oh, he's not getting any dirty air for that 20. He's right there.
Huge run.
Is he going to use his advantage at 3? He is. The inside of Kenseth. Kenseth, the power round is outside.
He's not clear though.
Oh my God, that was close.
Door to
19 to
door.
go.
This might get ugly down here in turn 2.
Never mind. I think Kenseth might let him go.
Yeah, he's going to have to give it up.
Yeah, Kenseth's been getting cut off of 2 a lot. You could see he dropped back to Truex that last lap. Now Truex got the job done, and it's his battle for 4th place here. Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and Dale Jr.
Austin Dillon there. Daniel's, dude, I want to kill myself. All right, Keselowski's holding on to first. Truex definitely looks like he's slowing down a little bit, but he's still faster than him. He's still getting there.
Yeah, if Keselowski has anything, this is when he's going to show it. Getting close to about 15 laps to go. It's interesting. This is kind of the opposite position that Keselowski's used to being in at these intermediates. Usually he's the guy in second. Huge run over turn 4.
I saw that. Caution's out.
Kasey Kahne. Kasey Kahne and AJ Allmendinger, 2 guys above the cut line. That's going to hurt.
Allmendinger, the last guy in on points right now in the chase. 7 points above Danica Patrick. Looks like his day just got worse.
Well, Truex Jr. and Keselowski now first and second. Kasey Kahne, AJ there wrecked. Oh, we'll be right back. Kahne, runs second lane. AJ set it in deep there. AJ is an extremely aggressive racer. I think Kahne got tight. Oh, he barely clipped him. Oh my gosh. Heavy hit to the inside wall. What a shame for Kahne, man. That was looking like a great run for him. Now all fumbles apart. Man. Well, we'll be going green with less than 15 to go, I believe. Here we go.
Going to be restarting inside. 15 laps to go from Texas Motor Speedway. This upcoming restart, Brad Keselowski going to have to try to hold off the hard-charging Martin Truex Jr. All while there's, I'd say, a little bit of fuel and tire questions. These guys have gone quite a long time. As you can see, nobody up front pitted for fuel or tires. It's going to be an interesting run to the checkers here. Saw Martin Truex starting to close in on Brad Keselowski towards the end of that run. We'll see if this is the reset that Keselowski needed to get back on the right track.
A couple drivers have been keeping my eye on him was the 88 and the 18. Mainly Dale Jr. as you see. I honestly thought that Daytona 5, that the Daytona triple really, was just going to pretty much solidify Jr. was not going to be as fast as he was last season. And he's proved me wrong. He has been extremely fast these first 6 weeks. I believe he's led a lap in almost all of them except Martinsville. I could be wrong though. And I don't think he led a lap at Atlanta. I also could be wrong though because he was pretty fast there too.
Here we go into the restart zone once again.
I think Truex going to get the jump.
Yep, outside lane gets a good jump this time. Truex looking to clear Keselowski before they get to turn 1.
I don't think he is.
Not going to quite do it. The side draft keeps Keselowski in the game.
The bottom.
We'll see what happens off 2.
Keselowski looks so tight there on the bottom. Gonna really use all the racetrack he can.
Oh, he's still going to be doing the work. Oh, in the back.
He saved it.
Benedetto almost got turned. Logano to the 3rd lane.
Martin Truex Jr. out in front here.
Harvick got really loose. Junior's going to fire it up the middle. Logano's in the wall.
That is
Harvick gets into Dillon and he's around. Into the outside wall. Gathers it back up, but the caution is out. Let's see what happens as we race back to the line. Truex clear by a country mile over Keselowski, and now here comes Kenseth. Looking to take that spot away.
Dillon Jr., dude, he is on a mission. He is flying right now. I don't know if it's going to sky. He's not going to get 3rd. Kenseth's going to hang on to it. Jr. going to hold on to 4th. Martin Truex Jr. leading here at Texas. Wow. What a restart. Kevin Harvick, what a gut punch. Ryan Blaney now in the top 10. Again. What is this? Let's get a closer analysis of what happened to the 4 car here.
So as you can see, Kevin Harvick's going to get really loose right about here and have to check up. and that's going to let Junior fire it in. And I think Harvick, in trying to get away from Junior, is going to get turned by Kyle Busch into Austin Dillon, and then just goes around. We've been talking all day about how little grip there is on the front straightaway, especially right in that section nearing the start-finish line, and I think that's what got Harvick there.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Harvick was fast all day today. I really thought that he was going to put Kurt Busch's points lead in jeopardy, but once that crash happened, Kurt Busch will be the king of the hill in point. Most likely.
I don't know. Junior might get both of them here. Or Keselowski.
Could be close, especially with this points format this season. Anyways, going to be less than 10 to go when we go green. Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, first and second.
Going to be restarting with about 7 laps to go here at Texas. A couple guys pitted on this caution. We saw Ryan Blaney, who had just gotten into the top 10. He came down pit road as well as Austin Dillon and Jimmie Johnson. They're taking a big gamble. You know, I don't know if I personally would with how close they are to the line, but Johnson with his win, he can do it. I think they're gambling on a few overtimes to get them in position with fresh tires.
And fuel.
Well, yeah, and fuel. Because, I mean, we've been kind of mentioning it a little bit, but these guys might have some fuel concerns. I mean, I doubt it would be major fuel concerns, but the one I'm really worried about is Matt Kenseth, because I don't think I saw him pit on the most recent cycle of stops.
No,
I don't think I saw him pit.
Then again, these cautions have probably helped them out because, I mean, these guys have been running in second gear. Now they shift down to first for the restart. So I think Kenseth has been saving some fuel. I don't know if it's enough, though. I'm going to be honest. I did not make my pick earlier. I'm going to go with Dillon Jr. He hasn't won here since his first career win in 2000. I honestly think Jr.'s going to get it done again. You know, winning the 500, winning at the track, you got your first career win. That'll be huge redemption for the entire 88 Nation. Let's see if he can get it done here on this restart. Keselowski and Truex first and second. Keselowski gets the jump! Kenseth right there! Kenseth 3 wide!
Look at 3!
No, he backed out of it. Wait, no, he didn't!
No, he's still there! He kept his nose in there! 3 wide! Keselowski's gonna have to back out of it! Truex now trying to hold Kenseth off. Kenseth has to get out of it against Junior! Junior split him 3 wide up the middle!
He made it stick!
He's still going for it. Yeah, he's going to get a huge run on Truex here. Look at the run he's got. This is not over. He didn't quite pull it off the corner, but he's still got quite a few laps left in this race to make it happen. So you see Logano now moving to get around his teammate. Brad Keselowski falling like a rock on this pit stop. What is Greg Biffle doing in the top 10 this race?
I just noticed that right when you said that.
Pretty well off of turn 2. They'll keep it together.
See how Junior takes 3 and 4. Running a little bit lower than Truex. I don't think Junior is as fast as Truex, but he's definitely still there.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. I know for a fact Junior was one of the last guys to pit. I think Truex was, but actually no, Junior got tires after Truex, I believe.
Truex is washing up!
Yeah, Junior got tires after Truex, so we'll see if that's able to help him. He gets the run. Almost to the fence back there. It is getting crazy. Back in the pack there, racing around 10th.
Do you think Truex used up his tires trying to get around the field to get up to the lead?
He probably did.
Hold off Dale Jr. and Dale Jr. is the one that probably saved his stuff.
You wouldn't think 3 laps on tires would matter a whole lot, but at this place it definitely does. Truex gets to the bottom there. Junior couldn't quite stay in the gas, but man, every corner he is just getting a little bit closer.
He's Junior back
deep. Oh, he's not quite to the outside.
Looks like he's stalling out a little bit, but he's still catching him little by little as we head to the final few laps, final stages of this race. Truex Jr. fighting for his life to get 2 Penske cars.
He's running outside now.
Yeah, I think Junior tried to move to the bottom and just Truex shut the door, shut the air off. He couldn't quite keep the momentum up. That 78 driving away as we go through turns 1 and 2. We'll see if he's able to hold it though. Truex has been fast all day long, having to fight hard.
Momentum.
Yeah, Junior. I think Junior, every time he gets a little bit too close to that 78, just can't quite keep the nose on the ground. Well, it washes up too bad on him, but he's able to poke it just maybe, just a quarter of a lane lower than the 78. But, man, it's going to be close. He's going to have to really make something happen this time in 3 and 4.
Ironic, he's batting for a win. Oh, Truex is loose!
Junior's doing in there. It's a little bit of arrow on the nose. Using the outside. About 3 car lengths gap. White flag. One more lap to go in Texas.
Junior's got to send it in deep from 1. Yes, he is! Second lane. Oh, I don't think he's going to stick on exit.
We'll see. They always get loose on her. Is that going to happen? He gets tight. Junior tried to make it happen. The late charge going to come up just short. They roll through turns 3 and 4. Martin Truex Jr. with Furniture Row Motorsports. Furniture Row Racing can't get the name right. And Toyota is going to win here at Texas Motor Speedway.
We are up to our 7th different winner on the year. No one has won twice, but Martin Truex Jr. is the man of the hour, beating Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a miraculous season. But man, good job by that 78 car.
I couldn't get his team name right to save my life there, but Truex, Furniture Row Racing, Toyota, they made the jump from Chevy to Toyota after the great season they had last time around, just looking for that little extra bit of pace. And today they put it all together. They have found exactly what they're looking for.
Oh, Johnson.
Great car, great effort, drove up through the field multiple times and was able to hold off a guy on newer tires, Dale Earnhardt Jr., to win here at Texas Motor Speedway. They collect their first win of the season, and as you mentioned earlier, lock themselves into the playoffs. Don't have to worry about that. What an amazing effort by that team. I don't know if I'd call it dominant, but they definitely had the best car all afternoon.
I don't even know who I'd say was dominant. Dude, that race was so chaotic. I honestly don't know. Martin Truex Jr., an amazing performance for him. Let's take a look at your results now. Man.
Somebody I'd like to mention here, 7th place. Look at that, Kurt Busch. You know, I know the championships aren't necessarily won on super consistency anymore, but it is nice to see they always manage to just find a way to get a good finish here. Not 7th place, sorry, 8th place. I'm struggling, man. That finish blew my mind.
A little too chaotic for you.
A little too chaotic for Unk over here to keep up with everything. But still, once again, a great run by the 41 team. Put that back together. The only Stewart-Haas driver to finish really anywhere close to the top 10 after probably having the worst performance out of all of them all afternoon.
Man, this season has started off really great, and oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh god. Bristol, definitely gonna need a brain check after this race when we're done.
You say Stewart's gonna be back for Bristol?
Nah, Ty Dillon started for him.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to see if the killer was going to be back in the Coliseum.
That's kind of funny. You know, that's really, really disappointing, to be honest, because Tony Stewart, you know, that famous Season 2 race, one of the most popular in the series. You know, Tony Stewart nearly won the race by punting Alex Bowman into Kenseth. Sadly failed and couldn't get it done.
That was hilarious.
Dude. And it's going to be a big shame, man, that he isn't going to be racing in this race. But thankfully, I'm praying that he sticks with it. He will be back for Richmond. I don't know. He might not be the same as he was, though. He was pretty fast last season. Finally had at least some kind of win in the All-Star race, despite the fact it didn't even look like a car that could win a race. He literally had no hood.
Pretty much everybody at the top of the grid has won a race, except for Kyle Busch. We always know how great he is whenever we come to Bristol, so I think Kyle's going to get it done.
When was the last time he won a race at Bristol? I just realized.
It's been a while, but I think he breaks the winless streak here at Bristol next week. Also, don't forget Chase Elliott.
That'll be interesting to see if he can pull it off. Anyways, Bristol definitely going to be one to see. Will it be like that gem in Season 2? We'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned, folks.